Good afternoon, everybody. So, today I'm going to be doing my first ASMR video, and I'm doing this because my girlfriend has been really enjoying when I do it for her when she can't sleep, and she suggested that I should put them in video form so that she can just watch them on YouTube if I'm not able to do it, and for other people in case you guys are having trouble sleeping too, and it's helpful for you guys. So suggest you try horror if that's something you enjoy. But this book has been so good so far. I watched about half the movie a couple weeks ago and I didn't love it so much. It's very different from the book, and which is fine. I just think that it skips